Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network.
And I think that Jack Smith, I think the filing today makes it plain that she has to rule, and if she doesn't rule, under either scenario, they'll be in a position to take her up to the 11th Circuit, and I think the 11th Circuit will likely take her off the case.
Yay! And that was Donald Trump's former lawyer,
Yes.
Ty Cobb. Chris is in a mood. Let
He's
me
in
just
a
warn
snit.
you right now.
I'm not in a snit. I'm just in a mood.
Well, that was really an unnecessary snipe at his facial hair, but all right.
All I said is I want to take a pair of scissors, just go up to his mustache and just snip the ends. Because that's a dumb mustache.
That's dumb. But he worked for Donald Trump.
And
It
I've
makes
had
him
dumb
dumb.
mustaches.
But he's right about Judge Cannon. Do you feel like these guys are working out their guilt issues, Bill Barr and him? Like, no, it's too late to redeem yourself. You worked for that, and you knew he was a criminal mother when you worked for him.
Mm-hmm.
So now, like, you can't get in front of, a camera with Bill Barr around, rushing to talk about how guilty Trump is. You knew he was guilty before you were gonna. Excuse me.
He auditioned to work
Now
for
we're
him.
both in a mood.
Oh.
I dare some right winger to call right now and talk to
Oh.
us.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Do it. I dare you. I dare you.
That's a double dog dare.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and by the way, you just got called the eye candy of the
Yes,
Stephanie
you
Miller
did.
Show on Twitter. What happened? I've aged out, but you're still beautiful, Jody. I don't
No.
understand how we've just somehow been eclipsed now.
I know, I
for
put the
this-
Vaseline
for
on
this
that lens,
rack
so I
of,
look much better.
rack of meat over here. How did that happen?
Well, look
I
at
mean,
him.
I acknowledge he's hot AF, but what happened?
You're like my big sister, though. That's
They
like,
just skipped right over Jody and I, just right to you. Okay, let's.
what did they say?
You're the eye candy of the Stephanie Miller Show.
I
All
have
right.
brains. I'm smart.
I'm smart. Where did Dog Frito
They went,
go?
they
Dog
went
Frito
up
is
there.
upstairs.
They all went that away.
Oh, poor Clyde. Okay,
Exactly. That's what I say to him every day. Oh.
let's review the last. Let's review the last few hours. Jack tweets recapping the last 24 hours. New York presidential immunity claim denied. Georgia. I think I'll need a good day, sir. You get nothing.
Okay.
Georgia, motion to dismiss based on First Amendment protections, denied. Florida, motion to dismiss based on Presidential Records Act, denied. New York, financial fraud, bond surety in question. Oh, no, not Mr. Hanky, the Christmas financial poo. What? There's something hinky might be going on with Mr. Hanky?
Yeah.
Hinky with hanky.
There was someone on MSNBC on Jonathan Lemire's show that made the Mr. Hanky reference as well.
Because they listen to us.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Or they watch South
Also,
Park.
the president clearly listens to us because he told Netanyahu what's what and who's who.
Hinky
where the
and
fish,
hanky in the
Where the
morning?
fish pisses from. Yeah.
Where
To
the what?
aid. It's an old saying. Anyway, my point is,
Is it a Buffalo saying? What? Where'd you get that from?
I don't know. Somewhere back in my... Okay.
From your toddler years?
Yes, that's going to win me a Bob Award. A Buffalo Bob. Oh, by the way, someone said congratulations on your Buffalo Bill nomination. It's
That's
not Buffalo
funnier.
Bill.
That's funnier. It's funnier.
It puts the lotion on its arms and will put the award in the basket. Okay.
Well, I mean,
it's
you could
not
be
a
a
Buffalo Bill award. It's a Buffalo Bob.
You could be a cheerleader for the Buffalo Bills.
There you
Sure.
go.
Yeah, whatever, eye candy. Listen, Jody.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not talking to eye candy anymore. What's the point?
Exactly.
He's not here
smart.
he's not here for his
Smart. I know things.
brain. Shut up, eye candy. Anyway, we were just saying before the show, thank God it's only a few minutes to Glenn Kirshner.
Right.
You literally need a legal lad or lady on call like 24/7, right? Because at first, when you heard it, you're like, oh, Trump loses again. Good day, sir. You get nothing.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Yes. However, of course, there's always something hinky when it's Judge Cannon. When it's anyone that is a Trumper, there's always something hinky, like with Hanky. Something hinky with Hanky.
Well, it's in the name.
The financial poo. Hi, I'm a subprime car guy. How you doing? What could possibly be shady? Okay.
Gonna tuck you into a car.
So I'm sure Glenn Kirshner is going to agree. You seriously have to go to like a mini law school to understand what is happening, because you go, oh, okay, that's good. She denied, right? Trump's ridiculous. But the problem is, it seems like there's always another motive back there that then, okay, let me try to explain this.
Good luck.
Boy.
Okay.
Oh,
We're all pulling for you.
Thanks. Okay. So one legal expert said it's clear she is going in a ridiculous direction, referring in part to jury instructions floated by Cannon that would ask jurors to consider whether top secret government documents at Trump's personal property, the government could be without recourse after a trial begins. I don't even know why they indulged her. I think they need to stop playing games and move to disqualify her. And that's what I think Glenn has already said to us. Because basically what she's saying is, I'm ruling on this pre-trial, and like Andrew Weissman said, who cares about that? You only care what happens at trial. So what she's basically saying is, I may entertain this ridiculous argument and acquit at trial, and then it's too late.
Right.
Then it's too late.
Once a jury is seated.
Right. Once a jury is seated, you can't.
Prosecution has no recourse.
Right.
I was listening to a legal analyst on ABC News coming in this morning, and they said to get her taken off the case is a super high bar.
It's very difficult.
So it's a really big risk that Jack Smith would take if he moves to get her removed from this case.
But what I love that we're doing the legal thing right before Glenn gets here.
Well,
We're
yeah.
just like we're stumbling around in the dark. Do you have any sound effects? This is just us schlep carring our way through the first segment. I don't know. What about the mandamus? And then this thing. If you want to hear someone who knows what they're talking about, that'll be in a few minutes. Yeah. This is just us.
About 20 minutes.
Stumbling around in the dark. Too dumb to go to law school. Sorry.
But at least we're smarter than
who expects eye candy to go to law school? Nobody,
seriously.
right?
Although I'm the only...
Like you get those muscles
I was
in
one class shy of pre-law.
Okay.
like you get those muscles in a law library.
I know plenty of lawyers who are even bigger than I am. So... I wouldn't mess with them.
Okay. Lisa Rubin said, today I learned the court filing reflecting Trump's, I'm sorry, this is on the other one real quick, the bond case. This is the Mr. Hankey's, hang on, I'll get to this in a second. Listen, I have too much stuff in law school here. Okay, so the bond.
Lawyers are usually better organized.
Right, this is why I'm not a lawyer. There's too much organization involved. Yeah, anyway, that is, first of all, we said that, remember day one, that first of all, we're not sure they aren't bonded in New York, and so, of course, she's not even sure they have the money to back it up. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. So, let's see what Glenn thinks, but one analyst said that this was really smart, that Jack Smith is baiting her. It's hard to tell, what the next moves are going to be here. He said special counsel Jack Smith has painted Aileen Cannon into a corner by forcing her to make an appealable ruling about proposed jury instructions before actually impaneling a jury. Well, I hope that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
Let's listen to Mustache. Law Mustache.
Yeah, I recognize that many commentators today have tried to be polite about Judge Cannon's missteps here, and suggesting that they relate somehow to her inexperience or incompetence. I think the evidence of her bias is pretty palpable at this stage of the game.
Yeah. I think I'm past the incompetent phase to something else. Here's one more.
I think the 11th Circuit tried desperately to draw a line for her at the time of the search warrant and the special master cases, where they rebuked her very sternly for her making up the law and her lack of analysis of the required factors that went into those decisions.
Yeah, to your point, eye candy. It is a very high bar to remove a judge. Merely getting a judge getting it wrong isn't going to be sufficient to get a judge kicked off, said one analyst. That's why we have appeals courts. Now, the Justice Department did something really, really smart yesterday in saying you have to rule on this motion before the jury's impaneled. If not, we lose our right to appeal, and they'll move to get you kicked off. Judges have an obligation to rule on anything that could go away once the trial starts, so they're sort of pushing her and baiting her, and if she fails to do that, I don't see how they at least don't try to get her kicked off. One more, Ty Cobb.
But her... delays here are extraordinary. I mean, as you highlighted and as others have highlighted, she hasn't even set a trial date. That's remarkable. She ignored the government's request months ago to set the schedule under the Classified Information Procedures Act. That there are multiple steps that have to be gone through, and she hasn't completed step one.
Yeah. So anyway, and then we'll see if Glenn agrees. But God, that would be amazing, but he thinks that she will get removed by the
hope
circuit
so.
court. She really is so wrong on the law. That I don't even need to be a lawyer for, to go like, what? This does not fall under any of his ridiculous arguments. I could, right? Free speech, presidential records. It's like, no, 9. He speaks only fascist, but 999. I think everything you need to know is the fact that she's the only judge Trump hasn't attacked, and in fact he defended her yesterday by attacking Jack Smith.
Yeah.
So right away you're like, oh. The filing by Jack Smith that put Judge Cannon on the spot over her widely criticized proposed jury instructions has infuriated Donald Trump, who lashed out on Thursday. She asked both parties in the documents case for proposed jury instructions, which led to Smith delivering what observers called a withering response with the implicit threat that he may seek relief from the 11th Circuit. Trump came to Cannon's defense. That seems all in the up and up.
Shocker.
And labeled Smith a lowlife who's nasty, rude, and condescending, and obviously trying to play the ref. Oh my
called
God!
deranged
Oh my
yesterday,
God!
too?
Pot, it's the kettle calling you black.
Didn't he call him deranged yesterday?
Yes,
as
he
well?
did. Oh, he does that all the
He's a
time.
low-life, nasty, rude, condescending, obviously trying to play the ref. Really? Because Trump never does that. Yeah. He shouldn't even be allowed to participate in this sham case where I, unlike Crooked Joe, Hillary Clinton, and all the rest, come under the Presidential Records Act. Oh my God! Stop saying it. Oh, and then we went to all caps. I did nothing wrong, but Biden did. They let him go scot-free. How did that happen, Jack? System of justice. Election interference. Okay. All right.
Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. I hope you'll join me on my new audio podcast, Justice Matters. I'll be using my 30 years as a federal prosecutor and Army JAG to unpack, break down, and explain the legal issues of the day, particularly where the legal intersects with the political. Please look for Justice Matters with Glenn Kirshner wherever you generally get your podcasts.